am I here with today?
Mr. McPherson.
What inspired you to be a teacher?
My whole life growing up, both of my parents were both teachers, so I kind of grew up in an education household. And then as I got older, I started working around students and kids, and I just kind of find a passion and a love for working with students.
Very inspiring, Mr. McPherson.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Mr. Purcell.
And what inspired you to become a teacher?
All right, a little bit of a story time. So in high school, my chemistry teacher didn't really teach us anything. So I taught myself kind of from the textbook. And because I knew so much, since I would go to class, I would have to teach all the other students. And so that was my first kind of indication that I wanted to be a teacher.
That's very nice.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and I'm here with
Mr. Perl.
Mr. Perl. What inspired you to become like an artist, teacher?
Okay, so low-key, I actually never wanted to be a teacher.
Really?
I actually love being a teacher now, which is pretty cool. But I always did want to be an artist and like work in the arts. So when I was in high school, I had an art teacher. His name was John Mayer. Not the singer and musician guy who plays for the Grateful Dead, but his name was John Mayer. He's just an art guy.
Yeah.
So John Mayer, one day during class, he saw something I was doing in my free time. He saw like one of my little black and white drawings. And he pointed to it and he said, "All right, dude, I don't want you to do what the rest of the class is doing. I want you to keep doing these black and white things. I want you to give me 4 of these black and white things by the end of the trimester, and you'll get your A." And it was the first time I'd ever really been inspired, or like somebody's ever really like noticed my artwork.
Yeah.
So that kind of propelled me into want to keep doing art, and then eventually led me to being an art teacher.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Thanks, Mr. Pearl.
Absolutely. Thanks for interviewing me.
Yep.
Hi, what's your name?
Mrs. Erickson.
And what inspired you to become a teacher?
Outside of the awesome outfits that I get to wear, I really struggled when I was in school. School was not my thing, and I wished that I had a teacher that was able to kind of help me out a little bit more. And so, yeah, I wanted to be that teacher for other kids that maybe school wasn't their strongest area in their lives.
Thank
Who
you.
am I here with today?
It's Mr. Schauer.
Mr. Schauer, what inspired you to become a teacher?
I had a teacher in high school. It was a social studies teacher. His name was Mr. Bachelet, and he was very helpful with me. I didn't always do great in school, and I was in a lot of sports, and he would compliment me on how I would play in my football game or my basketball game. He made a connection with me, and I just kind of thought when I was done with high school that would maybe be something that I would want to do, is work in schools and help kids become the best they can be.
Yeah.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Mr. Schalke.
And what inspired you to become a teacher?
I think that this is something I always wanted to do. When I was in college, the first time around, I don't know, I kind of took a turn and went into the business route. But it was still always something I really had in the back of my mind that I really wanted to teach. Yada, yada, yada. Cut to the chase. Opportunities presented itself, and I was able to go back to school and become a teacher. I just like being in the classroom. I like the energy of a school. So there are a lot of reasons why I wanted to become a teacher.
Gaggiano.
Thank you. And what inspired you to become a teacher?
Growing up, I was always just loved school, and when I was younger, I'm the oldest of 2 other siblings, so I literally had school books and would have them in the basement and make them sit down with a schedule to run school, and always just loved learning more, and especially in science and social studies, so I just knew that this would be a fun career to have.
That sounds great.
Thanks.
Who am I here with today?
Miss Cabe.
Miss Cabe, what inspired you to become a teacher?
I love working with kids, and it's really, really great to build relationships with a new group of kids every year.
Who am I here with today?
My name is Mrs. Loomos, and I am a retired teacher here at Emerson, but I come in and I sub once in a while.
What inspired you to become a teacher?
Well, that's such an easy question for me. I was one of those people that knew from the time I was maybe 3 years old that I wanted to be a teacher. I was surrounded by these amazing women, my mom, my grandmother, and they were so good about showing me things and teaching me things that I thought, that's what I would want to do. So I gathered all my stuffed animals and my dolls, and every day I would teach them a lesson.
Thank you. Who am I here with today?
Isabella. Sophia.
What's your guys' favorite Alani flavor?
Hawaiian shaved ice. Mine's either blue slush or pink slush.
Why is that like your favorite?
I don't know. Because they're really good.
Yes. Today?
Seeger Hagenbart.
What's your favorite like 7th grade exploratory that you like?
Probably like health,
Why health?
because there's a lot of people I know, and it's fun.
So that's like a special spark you have for it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Who am I here with today?
Farah.
Farah, what's your favorite Alani flavor?
Cherry twist.
Why is it cherry twist?
Because I feel like it's like cherry and lime, and it's like refreshing on a good day. You know, like when
Yes.
you're tanning. Like
Yes. I miss tanning. Okay. Who am I here with today?
Dimitri.
What's your favorite elective?
Foods class.
Why foods?
Because I get to cook and eat.
Nice.